What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Let's get right into it. Here to bring you my Week 15 power rankings. And to be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you. This might be the last one I do, unless something major happens the rest of the season. An injury, someone get benched or something like that, off the field issue, makes a player not play or something like that. But other than that, I don't see this list really changing that much. The list should be set in stone, like I said, unless something major happens. But let's talk about it. So, Week 15 power rankings. I did one last week, Week 14. It was a live stream if you didn't catch it, so you can go back and watch that one. Um, I had a couple people pop in here and there, but I don't go live as much, so I didn't expect to get many viewers while live, but I got a couple, people definitely watch the video after the fact. So if you haven't watched it, check it out. Week 14 Power Rankings video. Like I said, this one might be my last one. And let's talk about it. All these teams are technically, well, not quite technically yet clinched, but they're just about there. Some of these teams are there. Some of these teams are firmly in, unless something crazy happens, and then some of these teams are fighting for the bubble. So let's talk about the list. Let's break it down and how I see everything going. So right now, as you see, my lower level Super Bowl miracles. All these teams are fighting for the bubble. They're in the bubble or right around the bubble somewhere. They're on it or in it. Somewhere around the bubble, they're there. You know what I mean? So some of these teams will get in, some of these teams won't. So I just let everyone in. Last video, I only mentioned some of these bubble teams. This week, I'm going to mention most of them. The only ones I left out, I believe, were the Lions and the Packers. Might be the only ones I left out, but I added the other ones in. And no real bias like that. I just didn't want to put everyone in there. But if I did, they would still be in the Super Bowl Miracles section. So Super Bowl Miracles, as you see, Jets, Ravens, Chargers, Patriots, Commanders, Giants, Seahawks, Titans. It is in order. It is in order. So the biggest miracle that could happen to me is the Titans. They would be, to me, the worst playoff team to be in the playoffs if they get in. And the Jets are the least likely miracle to happen. And like I said, it is in order. And these how I see the teams ranked right now. The Titans are, like I said, a super duper long shot. They'll win the division probably, cool, but they should be a first round bounce. If not, I can see them winning one game max. The last couple years prior, the Titans were everyone's dark horse favorites to potentially get the Super Bowl and stuff like that and beat the Chiefs or beat the Bills, whatever. Not this year. Not this year. They don't have enough. They're just not good enough. The Seahawks, same, not good enough. Geno kind of dropped off in play level. Still playing well, but kind of dropped off in play level. The Giants, they don't have enough. Commanders, defense coming alive. I just don't believe in Heineke. I don't think he can be good enough for a stretch, and I don't think the defense will be consistent enough for that same stretch for them to win. I think Heineke and some of these, and not just him, but some of these guys got to be literally carried to the Super Bowl if they were to make it, like the Titans, like Danny Jones, like Tyler Heineke, and a couple other guys too. But Heineke has to be carried there. He can make a little bit of plays here and there, but he can't take over. He can't take over a game, to me, honestly. But he has the weapons. He has the weapons. He has the running backs. He has the defense. They're getting better, so it's possible. As I said, they're a middle of the road Super Bowl miracle team, so it is possible. As long as you get in, you can definitely win it. But it'll be a long shot for the Commanders. Patriots, the defense will carry Mac Jones. The Chargers, if they get in, they're finally getting healthy. They could be a threat. The only reason why I hope the Chargers don't get in, this is strictly biased, I'm not going to lie to you. I did a prediction video on Sean Payton being the Chargers coach next year. I need them to lose. And them keep on winning is not ideal for me. I don't want to see no one fired, lose their job. But for my prediction to happen, I would need Coach Brandon Staley to step down or to be fired. So, I'm just throwing that out there. But I hope he keep his job. If it don't happen, you know what I'm saying. I hope he wins Super Bowl and got all the money in the world. But just for my prediction video only, I will hope, he steps down and find another job somewhere else. But yeah, I do see the Jets being the favorite from this section here, the Super Bowl Miracles teams. Their defense is legit. Their defense is dangerous. Their defense is locked down. You see them play the Bills tight yesterday. You see them play the Bills tight twice now, and they're just a dangerous bunch, a dangerous group. Um, their offense with Mike White is flowing a lot better. Even though he's inconsistent, he definitely loves to sling the ball around though. Something Zach Wilson doesn't give you. And that O line has to do a better job. We saw yesterday the Bills just hammer. They just hammered Mike White yesterday, like crazy. But yeah, I like this how it is now. I don't see the Ravens as a true contender, as a Super Bowl threat. I don't see them there. I don't, even if Lamar was fully healthy, I still wouldn't see it there. I said that in my video last week prior to Lamar getting hurt. I just didn't see it. I don't see it this season. Um, it is what it is. Next group, Super Bowl threats. They're in order as well. The only thing I might change, and like I said, it's not really a major change to do a video on, but the only thing I might change are the Buccaneers. And not even just how they got blown out yesterday by the Niners, because I'm not surprised by that, honestly. But they just not just it's not a blowout, just a losing in general. They're not even there's no chemistry. There's no defensive chemistry. Since that Super Bowl a couple years ago, they have no chemistry on defense for some weird reason. The same coaching staff there, most of the same players there, but the defensive chemistry is not it. It's not there. It's gone. It's dissipated. I don't know what's going on in Tampa with defense, but defense has been sorry the last 2 years. Since Super Bowl run, since COVID, they haven't been focused. They haven't been ready. They've been very, very inconsistent and very, very bad for the most part. So the Bucks might move down Super Bowl Miracles. As I said last week in Week 14, the only reason why they're up there really in the threat spot, and they're last in that spot, so they're definitely on the tiptoe of going to the miracle spot. But it's just Tom Brady and also the team in general. If they can get going this later half of the season, the last couple games, they can get going, get a rhythm, get chemistry. They're dangerous. The team is still, like I said, this team that won Super Bowl is still there for the most part. A couple added pieces here and there. The O line isn't what it was. I understand that, but the same key players are there everywhere else. Same guys. It's like, man, it's just like they have no chemistry on offense, defense, special teams, like coaching. It's just bad. But if they can get a spark going and get lit on fire somehow, and get some heart, the Bucks will be dangerous back once again and be threats. So I must keep them there, but they're definitely trending on going down to the miracle situation sometime soon. They keep losing like how they lost to the Niners. The Dolphins are firmly there in the threat spot. I know they didn't look bad It didn't look good the last couple of weeks playing from behind, but at any moment they can snap. They can definitely snap. So Dolphins are still there. The Vikings are still there. The second threat behind the Niners. As I said, when Jimmy G went down, an hour after he went down, I did a video on Brock Purdy and the Niners, and I said they're still contenders. And they're not quite in their contender role. They might get boosted up how they beat the Bucks, but I want to see another week or two of Brock Purdy. But he looks impressive. As I said in that video, the day of Jimmy G getting injured, they're still contenders. Purdy can do enough with the number one defense on backing them up, and two playmakers in Debo and McCaffrey. And Debo, we'll see what happens with him. Everything looks good. So reports happened yesterday, but we'll never know until actual MRIs and X-rays happen. I guess today or tomorrow, maybe, depending on his swelling. But even without Debo, I like this team a lot. The number one defense, as we've seen with Mark Sanchez a couple years ago with New York Jets, as we've seen with Blake Bortles with the Jags. A defense and Trent Dilfer in the past, Tom Brady in the past with those Patriots teams. A good running game, some tricks, some good coaching on offense. A number one defense can carry you a long way. They definitely can. So the Bucks could move down and the Niners could move up, but right now they're staying the same. And right now, the true contenders to me, there are five possible with a 6 with the Niners, but we'll see later. The Bengals are fifth. Um, with the injuries of Mixon and Chase just coming back and Higgins and Boyd down, and they're good. And once they get healthy, we'll see them again. They haven't been healthy all together in a while now, so we'll see where it goes with them. But they're playing pretty well. I like how they're playing. I like P. Ryan stepping up a lot in Mixon's absence. The Bills are still good. Um, yeah, they're definitely still good. I like their defense. I like Tre'Davious White. He looks, and it's not a bad thing because he's been gone for about a year with a torn ACL or Achilles. I forgot which one, but he's trying to get back in the form, and they're gonna need him to get back in form ASAP, which is hard to ask of a man. Well, he's like, is White pushing 30? I think 28, 29, 30, somewhere in that range. But coming off of Achilles or torn ACL to come back fully healthy is a lot to ask. But they need him bad. They need him to be the number one guy, which can't happen. I think that could be the thing. The defense, and Von Miller's going for the season now. The defense had to step up big time. They got two great safeties, but they need a DB or they need a cornerback. They have Dane Jackson who's playing well, Kyle Elam, the rookie. But they need the number one guy, Tre'Davious White, to step up and lock some stuff down, which, he's been back, 2-3 weeks now. I'm not saying he should, but they need him, though. I don't think, Garrett Wilson in a couple moments yesterday had him a little shook. He didn't quite play well the first game either. He came back in limited snaps. So, once he gets some more rhythm, get some more play time on his belt, get some more stamina, we'll see where he's at. But I think the Bills need him big time to step up, especially with Von Miller going for the year. The pass rush won't be as dominant or won't be as intense as they would like. So they need some more DB help. And I think White, if he can boost his level up to B plus range, maybe just a B range might be enough. So we'll definitely see about that. Maybe sign OBJ. The Cowboys, super duper threat. The defense wasn't all that yesterday. They're also missing corners. Javon Curse is injured now. I'm not sure for how long. So they're getting some injuries here and there now. But Zeke's looking pretty good. Pollard looking great. Dak playing well. But the thing I said, the same as last week, the thing that worries me is Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, can he win you games? The defense doesn't play elite and crazy out their mind, and Parsons goes crazy. I don't know. I really don't know if Dak can. That's the only problem I have with the Cowboys for the most part is Dak. If Dak was more consistent, I might push him up to 2 behind the Eagles because they're not going nowhere. I'm not going to lie to you. Unless an injury happens, which I hope it don't, they're not going nowhere. They look insane. But on to 2, the Chiefs. Even and as I said just then, if Dak was more consistent, the Chiefs might bump down, but it'll be a tough debate. Pat Mahomes is just that guy. Simple as that. He makes insane wizardry passes, wizardry plays. The weapons this year aren't as good. Juju, not a big fan. MVS, not a big fan. But they can definitely get it done still if they step up in the playoffs. The defense is cool. They're cool. Not as good as I like them to be as of right now. They gave up some big plays to the Broncos yesterday. The game was a lot closer than what it should have been. So, but with Pat Mahomes, you always have a chance. Him and Travis Kelce. The running back Pacheco is playing well. So yeah, they're number 2, but they can be overtook if the Bills, Cowboys, or Bengals start to play a little better. But the Cowboys been playing pretty well. The Texans gave them a scare. They gave the Eagles a scare too for a couple moments here and there as well during that game a few weeks back. So the Texans are a tough out when they're playing well, when they're focused and stuff like that. So, but number 1, the Eagles, clear as day, no question about it. Number 1 should be number 1 on everyone's list. Jalen Hurts, runaway MVP, no question about it. Even if Mahomes play great the rest of the season, I don't see how Hurts can't win it or don't win it. So Hurts, number 1 guy. The offense is just scary. It's just a scary offense with a tough defense. I don't see how they lose. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gonna have to be because of injury or just a terrible. Everyone doesn't show up or Hurts doesn't show up or something like that. But other than that, I don't see how they lose. They can't be beat. Their offense is just insane. And then just think about it. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Quez Watkins. You got 3 running backs. Boston Scott, who's pretty good. Gainwell, who's solid. Sanders, who's good. And you have Hurts as well to account for with running, and he's making all the throws. He's making all the throws. Like, it's insane what the Eagles got going on there. Um, yeah, it's gonna be tough. If the Eagles meet any of these teams in the playoffs, I would think the best bet to beat them might be the Niners. Honestly, I don't think the Chiefs defense is good enough. The Cowboys defense, no. Bills defense, no. Bengals, maybe. Can Chase beat Slayton and Bradbury? I say yes if you have a healthy Higgins and Boyd with you. If they not healthy and Mixon not healthy, I don't know. But the best team to beat the Eagles might be the Niners, in the NFC Championship game if they get to that point. But if they don't beat them, I don't know. Chiefs, their defense is not good enough to me personally. They really aren't. So, but we'll see what happens though, man. Right now, that's how it is. Super Bowl miracles. You have the Super Bowl threats. You have 5 contenders right now that could be 6 if you want to throw in the Niners. I won't quite yet, but you definitely could. But that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys next time.